Hey, what's up? This is Nergal from Behemoth, and you're watching Rock and Metal News. Fuck yeah.
Hey guys, this is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News, and this is a Rock and Metal News album review of the new Intronaut. It is titled Fluid Existential Inversions, and it's going to be out through Metal Blade Records on the 28th of February. And are you guys ever in for some fire? This album is spectacular. Intronaut are set to release their 6th full-length Fluid Existential Inversions album, which features the most dramatic and epic sounds of their career. And that is definitely true. We pushed ourselves to bigger and better musically speaking, and to me that's the essence of progressive music, states guitarist and vocalist Sacha Dunable. I love bands like Motörhead and AC that give you the same thing over and over, but Intronaut is all about trying to break whatever mold exists, especially for ourselves, and give you something you haven't heard before. On this album, there are drums played in ways I have never heard before. There are synths used in contexts I've never heard before. Intronaut has the most unique bass player in all of heavy metal as far as I'm concerned. And I even practiced guitar to get myself out of my comfort zone. So I think we've progressed and made the best album ever. I don't even care if no one else hears it. It's all for me. I'd be satisfied. That's what Sacha has said, and it is true. I'm going to put it on the line and say this is my favorite Intronaut album of all time. It's been 5 years since 2015's The Direction of Last Things, the longest between any two Intronaut records. The result is tons of contrast. The band integrated keyboards for the first time, taking their love of mellotron and analog synths and making them a part of the Intronaut sound, and they do it perfectly. It's not overdone, and it's mixed in such a way that you can just hear some of the synth in behind the guitars, and that they do it very tastefully. To track the record, again, they teamed up with producer Sacha Dunable. And he said, I think we're afraid to work with anyone else by now. And honestly, see no need to, says Dunable. I think his inclination to go for a more live-sounding mix is exactly what we needed. He's got this killer ear for finding that sweet spot where you sound heavy, but you can also hear the room you're playing in. This is the best-sounding Intronaut album for sure. I totally agree with that. I think sometimes prog can get too structured, and it can get you don't get that live feel in it. It's just too digitized, and everything is just so on the money. But they have really made this album feel live, and it's just sounding great. So some of the songs on this album, the first one is called The Procurement of the Victuals, and this one is a 56-second intro, and it's an instrumental, and it's got some just really cool guitar sounds in it, so it kind of opens up the album nicely. The second song on the album is called Cubensis. The drumming is spectacular. I mean, it's spectacular through this whole album, but this song is just amazing with great drumming in it, very atmospheric. Huge bass sound in this song, man. They just made the bass sound super huge. Very diverse and interesting song. There's some slower portions in the song as well, creating some great dynamics and some great vocal harmonies. There's the third song is called The Cull, and you can feel the angst in the vocals in The Cull. Drumming is very interesting, and they have almost like some Toolish guitar feels and timings in this song. I like to kind of compare different parts or some of the songs with other bands, just so you kind of get a gist of what you're gonna feel in this. But there's a lot of almost Tool sounding stuff in this, as well as they take their prog to another level, and some interesting guitar riffs and timing in it. It's another great song. There's a song number 6. It's called Tripolar. Absolutely love this song. It's heavy, plodding track. It's got a great feel to it, some great vocal phrasing, and some great vocal timing. The way they place the vocals in this song are so great. It's very atmospheric again, and the song just creeps along, and it's got some great crunchy guitar sounds in it. The guitar sounds great in this album. There's another song, and it's called Pangloss, song number 8. Oh, some great guitar harmonies in this, some great vocal harmonies in the song, and some real cool groove changes, man. They have definitely brought this to another level, and it's all over this track. Stellar drumming and some really cool breaks that they just go, through a bunch of prog sort of progressions and that. But I'll tell you, this album, you are in for a treat with this new Intronaut. It is really good. Can't wait for it to come out. And so again, it's called the Fluid Existential Inversions. It's gonna be out through Metal Blade Records on February the 28th. Make sure you pick this one up. You'll be a pleasure for your ears for sure. This is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News. Thanks for tuning in.